Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. You are tuned into Real Talk with Jayson Dixon on NWCLV.FM. Go and take it away, Jay.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. This is Real Talk with Jayson Dixon. You know how we get down. We have real conversation with real people that's doing real things. And it's not just about their success. We also talk about, man, just how they got there real quick. So today's going to be a pretty quick show, but we're going to have my guests back so we can do the rest of the conversation. I just wanted to grab them while I had them in the building. Man, go on and introduce yourself for me, okay?
Yeah, no doubt. My name's Larry Farmer, a.k.a. Lansky, which stands for Love All Now, Spread Knowledge Internationally. That's my life's purpose. I got a company called LANSKIVISION. I've been out here in Las Vegas for about 5 years, but before that, California.
Okay.
But I was born in Topeka, Kansas, so I'm a long way from home, a lot of people like to say.
Right. Hey, me too. I'm the same way. I'm far. I tell people all the time, like, man, y'all want to go to my hometown? You'll be bored.
Well, it depends on what you're into. You know what I mean? We can get into some stuff. You never know.
You want a bonfire? That's what we can do. Nah, but man, tell them about your business and what you do. Like, I'm just impressed that we kind of do a lot of the similar things.
Right.
So just give them more detail about what you do. What brought you to Vegas? What made you want to get into what you do?
Right. That's one of the things I noticed first off is like I'm looking in the mirror, and that's rare. You know what I mean? Another thing that's rare is the truth and real.
Right.
Today, real is the commodity. Like it's the thing that people don't get a chance to engage with necessarily. A lot of it's social media, which is a tool. It's like a hammer or a
some
saw.
people make it the whole project.
But they make it the whole project. But what they don't understand is authenticity is the thing that sells the most.
Exactly.
It's the thing that's going to be timeless. It's the thing that you don't have to practice and prepare for. You just are.
Exactly.
Common Sense, one of my favorite rappers of all time, says, "The present is a gift, and I just want to be." And that's what we really should be doing every day in life, is being who we are, authentically. And in that way, it furthers the Avengers model, which I stand for. Everybody has their own innate skills and talents that they're blessed with. Then you go to college, you know what I mean? And basically all that does is reaffirm what you were born with, you know? And then your network is your net worth. So you meet people. Right. Some people pay for fraternities and sororities to get that. Other people play sports like myself. And then others just network, like I can imagine you were doing while you were in school.
While I was in school, they tried to get me in every fraternity possible, and I was like, I don't like people.
At all. It's just humans, right? You don't like people.
I'm just being real.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine, and nothing against fraternities or sororities. If you're in one, I clap and I congratulate you.
Right.
But here's the thing, though. I would be the worst frat brother ever, because I would never come to the events.
Right.
You could call me and be like, hey, we're in town, Fred, and I'm going to be like, okay.
Yeah.
Now, you can come to my house and I'll cook and we can barbecue, and that one day that you see me is probably the one day you see me.
Nah, man, I can appreciate the perspective on that. When I was in school, my freshman year, shout out to my homie Curtis Pitts back in Topeka, Kansas, where I was born. He ran the recreation center called East Lawn, where all the best games were. Yep. And then we ran this program called the Beautification Program in the city of Topeka from my 8th grade year in middle school to my sophomore year in college.
Right.
And he approached me my freshman year in college and wanted me to actually restart his fraternity that had been ended, like with him, like it hadn't been active. But he approached me with it. He was like, man, you'd be the perfect, like he was basically campaigning.
Yeah, like come do
this. I want you to be the face of it. I said, bro, I respect everything you're doing, and I like the mission and vision of what you're doing, but I'm so busy right now. This is another thing that people don't understand about athletics. The higher level you get, AAU, you're actually a mercenary of the school.
Yep.
You're a paid member of the school, but you don't really get the financial benefit until recently when this legislation passed where they can do NIL.
I play basketball, I know.
Yeah, so you're familiar with all of that. You know,
that's basically starving.
Yeah.
But they get to say, hey, go get in front of this because we need them to see you.
Man, and they got your jersey up for sale in the bookstore and you can't afford the jersey. And you better not take no money from nowhere because then they'll take your eligibility. So that I knew the NIL thing was coming down the pipeline. You know what I mean? But
we talked about that just yesterday. We had a whole conversation about it yesterday. Yeah. So me, like you said, and I'm assuming you were the same way. When I was in college, everything about me was when I found out how to organize parties, that was it for me.
Bro, they had the whole after victory or after loss party at my house, literally at my house. My homie was the DJ. Shout out to Hot Rod. Rodney was the DJ. All my roommates was with it, and we called it team building. So that our coach didn't really have a problem with it as long as nobody got arrested. But the only thing is, a lot of the officers were actually Washburn graduates at the time, so they wasn't breaking the party up. They were just saying, "Hey, they done called in on y'all."
Calm down.
So just calm down a little, keep everybody from the backyard. But we knew that was an essential element of it. You know, the women's basketball program on the rides home, they was like, look, I know y'all having a party tonight. Tell my girls, though, they got practice at 5 in the morning. So they're going to suffer or not, but they'll listen to you. So, you know what I mean?
Yep. And hey, and that's the whole thing. So I'm with you on that, because I'm an entrepreneur. I've been, like, look, my mom tell everybody, my dad used to tell everybody, don't talk to Jayson too much. He'll sell you your own car.
Yeah, right.
I didn't like food stamps back in the days when my mom was going to school, and when she got food stamps, she used to give us, when we had the books. To all you millennials who don't know about the books, we didn't always have a card. You walked in there with a fake dollar. It was brown or green, depending on how much it cost, or purple.
Man, hey, a little caveat on a side note, you know James Brown had his own food stamps?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. You didn't know that, caveat. He had his own food stamps, bro. James Brown. Rest in peace, James Brown.
So,
you know what I mean?
She used to give us like an $85 book, and I hated it. So I would get up early in the morning when she gave it to us, because she'd be like, this is y'all snack for the week, me and my brother. Don't ask me for no snacks. You got your own money, better go get it. I would go to the candy store, which is school was 5 miles away. The candy store was 7. I would walk to the candy store. And this is when everything was cheap. So you could buy like a whole box of some Debbie snack cakes for 99 cents.
I remember that, bro.
And the now laters only cost 10. So I would just buy up all that stuff. My book bags never had no books.
It had cakes and snacks.
My locker didn't have nothing in there, but if you came and said I was hungry, I got you. So I gotta assume you've always been in the entrepreneurial state, because I just talking to you today. I gotta take that. Now I was saying that story because that's where I started.
Yeah, it's so funny when you're mentioning that. I get nostalgic, like chills, because my pops. My name's Larry Bernard Farmer Jr. My pops was senior, and he grew up on the East Coast, so he came to Kansas and things were kind of slow.
Yeah.
So there was that adjustment period. You know, like any time you're the new thing somewhere, you get a lot of attention because you're the new thing. You got a different accent, etc. But after a while, you start to get into trouble because you're used to moving faster than they are. So then you got a lot of people like, hey man, who's that guy I think he is?
Talking fast, because he's from the East Coast, he talking fast.
Talking real fast. So fast forward, now I'm in the street hustling, doing whatever I'm doing, but then he would set up lawns, bro, like, because we cut, people out in Vegas, y'all don't really know what this is, but people actually have full green lawns.
Yeah.
And then you got yards.
Yep.
They don't know.
Oh, they had it here. They just paid them to get rid of it.
Oh, okay. But I'm saying, you know how houses are right next to each other in these communities? No, you actually got some little land around. So in turn, you need someone to maintain that land. So it really is just like a consistent revenue stream.
And you know the crazy part? My dad. So when my dad got drafted and we moved to Dallas, the first thing he did. So we used to live in Carrollton before it blew up.
Oh,
so
Carrollton,
it was
Texas.
just like, it wasn't even an exit ramp to get to our house. We had to pass it up, do a U-turn, and come back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's what we had to do. And because my dad was like, y'all not going to be spoiled, because we come from Kansas City, so you know that's the hood. That's a hood city. That's just not just an area. It's a hood city. You know Kansas City.
If you know Kansas City, you know truth.
So it's funny that you talk about cutting grass, because I think every black dad in America should have did this for their kid. Because my dad went out, he bought 5 lawnmowers, weed whackers, hedge trimmers, and went and negotiated all the contracts, and then came back and said, every Saturday, this is what you're doing.
Look, and okay, so this is when you learn the first thing about how business really works in the world. I come back, and guess what kind of lawnmowers he did? He's like, I'm going to help you out with your training. You got your football cleats on. I'm not going to get the ones with the auto drive that help you with the...
You actually got to push it.
I'm going to get the one you push. Next thing you know, I'm running a 4.3, 48-inch vertical, wide receiver. I signed to play football in college first because of that. So I get back, I got the bread. He's like, you got our bread? I'm like, our bread? What you mean? He's like, no, I set those up. I was like, well, how much you want? Let's negotiate.
What, no negotiation?
He's like, no, I'm getting half of that. I said, you getting half of that for having a couple conversations? Yeah, that's how life works.
My dad used to be like, here's y'all, we can make $300. He'd be like, here's y'all $60.
I said, man, nah, that's facts though, bro. That's so.
We were cutting. His business partners had mansions on golf courses. We cutting stuff, and I tell people, but that's how I understood business.
Yeah, that was business 101 for me.
So when it came down, like we were just talking about door-to-door sales, you can't find a business owner to this day that say they will go door-to-door.
Nah.
Not this new generation.
They're not cut from that cloth nowadays, man. They're not.
But that's how we learn the failures of life.
You sold Kirby's, I sold Kirby's. We just found that out.
Yeah.
Like before this started, we both sold Kirby's. And it was some of my best tactics of sales in the history that I've learned all through college. All of that is that you don't have time to do anything but cut straight to the truth.
Right.
In these communities.
Exactly.
And we both agreed that the number one demographic to sell Kirby's to is military wives at home.
Yeah.
First of all, they don't get a lot of people knocking. They
And
need
two,
company.
they just want to talk.
And they want to talk. And you're actually solving a problem because their kids, they probably
Yep.
got 3 kids running
Yep.
around throwing stuff on the floor. And Kirby's really worked. Shout
Yeah.
out to Kirby. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You need some representatives. We'd like to be sponsored here. This could be sponsored by
I
Kirby.
can't even lie to you. Kirby, if you didn't have one and your grandma didn't leave you her Kirby, you got the worst vacuum ever because Kirby's last forever. They generational.
Yeah.
And no matter what, they had a lifetime warranty, and that's what sold it.
Right.
Because you're like, look, you tear the cord in 15 years, we're going to replace the whole vacuum cleaner.
You get
Don't
what you
matter.
pay for. It's a quality item.
But it costs a lot. Don't.
No, it ain't
And they
cheap.
were they were financing this.
Who's financing the vacuum? That's a whole nother thing. Nah, that's
But with
wild,
that,
yo.
what I want to talk about is like, so that like what we were just saying, like, how did that teach you from what your dad did when it came to business? Like, what morals did it set up? What did it get you to thinking about as you got older? You said, man, I can literally do this myself.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did. It showed me, first of all, there's a lot of different ways to get paid off every single business deal. You know, there's
Understand it all.
multiple facets
Yep.
of how you can get compensated
Yep.
for the same job happening.
Yep.
So after I got them down, I got my times down, I started to empower my homies, my
Right.
little cousin Stacy, my other cousin Isaac, you know what I mean?
Yo, come on.
Yeah, hey, y'all do this, I'll knock this out. So then it's just about, are you time broke or not? Your time's the most valuable thing.
Right.
Now for me, since it was really a part of my training with the cleats, I would do some of it because I'm getting my legs strong.
Right.
So I would do that once I felt like I got that out the way. Then I empowered my other guys. That knowledge trickles down. It's not good enough for us to acquire knowledge, in my opinion,
And keep it.
and keep it for yourself. That's irresponsible. In our community especially, we got to pass it down.
Because
to
a lot
our
of people
generation.
don't teach us what we need to know. And I talk
Right.
about that all the time. If you know
Right.
me, to my audience on TikTok, if you know me, you know that I have no problem. People you come to me and they're like, Jayson, you should charge to consult with people. I'm like, why? I'm like, if somebody wants to sit down with me to learn some shit, let's teach them.
Mhm.
The reason why is because what happens in the trickle back is if I didn't charge them and they learn something and it actually worked, they come back.
You see?
And that's when they pay me for what they need.
Right. It's about the value proposition,
Right.
right? Like, speaking of that, we get done going back to cutting grass. Get done cutting grass. He's like, I'll give you a chance to win some of your grass money back. I said, how? Let's play dominoes. We go play dominoes. I run up the score. I get 5 before winning the whole thing. He'll lock the hand down and win. And
Right.
you know what he taught me in that? You scored real fast with big points, but all money ain't good money. See, that's lesson number 1.
Yep.
Rest in peace, Pops. Number 2 lesson he told me before he passed is closed mouth don't get fed.
Right.
You got to have you whatever who you are, know who you are authentically, and be prepared to sell people on you, on your ideas, inspire people. It ain't never about the money, is it, Jayson?
You know the thing, and I'm absolutely agreeable with you.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't like is when people come to me and be like, I'm not a salesperson.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
like, you woke up and went and got that job. How did you get it?
Precisely, bro.
You woke up and you get up every day and meet new people. How do you do that?
Mm-hmm.
You sell yourself every day and you don't understand it. But what people don't understand is to become a salesperson, you have to just understand your product.
Got to know who you are.
Most people think that sales says, oh, I got this nice phone and you want this phone, but somebody asks you a question about the phone and you don't know. That's my pet peeve. I could walk into a store and I feel like I hate Walmart for this reason.
Yeah.
Swear to God. Don't nobody in Walmart know nothing. You can ask them anything, don't nobody know shit.
Yeah, they don't have enough
What are
product
y'all working
knowledge.
here for?
Yeah, just for the money, and it's not enough to do that. Because all money ain't good money.
Because my whole thing is when I walk into a store and I want to purchase something, if I ask you about this TV and you can't tell me the good and
Yeah.
bad about it, then I'm going to go somewhere that can.
Know your product. It's
Right.
the service industry. It's about, you right about that, bro.
So I feel like, so do you feel the same way I feel as a consultant? I feel like I have to know the things I know.
Oh,
when
yeah.
people call me, do you study? Do you really sit back and something new comes to the market, like, oh, I need to figure this out before everybody else figures it out?
Yeah, but see, that's just my nature anyway. So
Okay.
like, I went and studied design, marketing, design, photography, and business in college.
Right.
But before it, even then, I'm the one that took the VCR apart, got lost in it, looked at my watch, and I told you my mom was at Frito-Lay like 44
Yeah.
years. She's on her way home. She got to record the soaps. I'm like, I hop on my bike to get the part. I put it back together, and she put the tape, and I'm looking like, please work. It worked, but then I noticed I left parts out. So I'm like, I made it more efficient than it even was in the beginning. But that's just how I am. Like on Saturday mornings, I used to watch This Old House
Yep.
with Bob Vila before cartoons.
Yep.
And then fast forward to just this year, renovate my mom's kitchen all myself.
Hey,
You see what I'm saying?
I didn't even know I knew how to lay floors till it came time for me to have to lay them. I had water damage in my house in Dallas, and everybody was giving me a high price. I went to Home Depot and said, listen, here's my problem. My bathroom pipe busted. My floors are damaged. I need to cut them up. He said, great, let me show you what you can do. And he was like, you can do it. And laid them floors, and then everybody started calling like, Jayson, can you come over and help me? No, I did this for myself.
See, the whole issue is this too. And the way you've constructed your mind and conditioned it, you don't really understand I can't. So like hypothetically, if you were Hispanic, you would be a Mexican,
Yeah.
not a Mexican.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so
Hey,
important how you.
all my Latino friends on my live right now know that I call y'all family for a reason, because I am quick to be like, we don't have to pay nobody for this. We can do this.
You can do it. That's why it was so powerful with Obama, man. I was at St. Louis at the time. I had a coffee shop, event space, gallery space, but I used to moonlight as a photographer like Capion. I knew he was going to win the election. I was running this gelato place on 16th and Washington that they wanted me to buy. Me and my wife at the time. She got a gallery out there. Shout out Vesna. Bro, every magazine had him on the cover, right? They had one of the mobile billboards roll right past and stop at the light right in front of the shop. The phone rings in the shop. It's Michelle Obama. Then I go right after that to the Arch where he gave a speech, over 180,000 people there. And you want to know why he won? It's very simple. 3 words, yes, we can.
Yeah.
And then you know how it goes. You're a consultant for different political campaigns. He mobilized the vote. It was lying dormant.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep saying it's never about how much money you have. It's about
not.
have you inspired the right person with
Like,
enough disposable income with your vision, and then they'll just give it.
Hey,
You
and
see what
I'm
saying?
in total agreement with that.
Mhm.
What I tell everybody is, people with money are the worst people to work with. But the worst, even worse than them, are the people who had money, lost it, and want to come back to the money they had.
Yeah.
Because their mentality is, you can't tell me nothing. I made $1 million.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, but you can keep it.
Right. Right.
I've helped a ton of those people. They came and, we're going to do this, and I had a plan, and did it, and I told you. I'm like, listen, I'm going to teach you how to keep it.
I'm gonna teach you how to keep it. It's all about sustainability,
Right.
and it takes consistency to do that. And then vulnerability is the highest form of strength. So just because you made it before, don't mean you can't. You can learn from a kid,
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I think I pride myself in most, is being open and vulnerable,
Right.
and open to new information. And then once I have it, again, Lansky, love all now, spread knowledge. Knowledge is the only currency we really have, honestly. The rest is just stuff.
Because we sell what we know.
Right.
I tell everybody, I don't do nothing. And I mean that. Y'all heard me say it a whole bunch.
Y'all listen, he does a lot. He just makes it look easy.
I
see
don't
what he's
do
saying.
nothing.
I see what he's saying. I see what he's saying.
I sit just like you see me sitting in this chair,
Mhm.
and people ask me questions, and I just answer them.
Yeah,
And from that, if you want to take it and run with it, I say okay.
that's so interesting. Yeah, it's important. Oftentimes, just listening to people, having them get out whatever their concerns are, that can help them come to a realization on their own. I used to do the consultancy when my ex-wife and we separated. I left and went to Kansas because my dad had cancer for the 4th time. And in the little bit of time in between then, I just consulted small businesses. One of the first things I would tell them, if they were overwhelmed, is like, why don't you guys take a vacation? They're like, what do you mean? take a vacation, come back, your problems will be solved because they have a new perspective. You've probably been a
Relax,
business owner.
go to sleep.
You every day the grind, 180 hours a week.
Hey, I tell people all the time, everybody says, so when I was first starting out, the people who know me when I first started out, you couldn't get a hold of me. You can invite me to whatever birthday parties, I ain't coming. I got work to do.
Yeah.
When I realized how valuable sleep was, I don't need a vacation. I don't need to go nowhere. I just need to shut my door, cut everything off, and take a day
Yeah.
to reset.
Yeah.
I pride myself on not being able to get angered fast, but I tell people, like, when I do get angry, I'm going left.
Right.
But what happens is I reset. I hit a reset button every night I go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably only sleep 4 hours, but that little 4 hours, that reset,
Yeah.
causes me to wake up the next day and say, okay, now I see the problem. Now I see what was going on. Now, and like you said, business owners don't understand it because we feel like that our whole lives are wrapped around making this business successful.
Yeah, man.
When in all honesty, I try to teach people that if you have a group of people that do stuff, why not negotiate what you're good at, right?
It's brilliant. Yeah.
And then let them do what they're good at,
Mm-hmm.
and look how less your stress level is.
I know.
I probably took away some of Cap's gray hairs in this past month.
He said he still got
Growing
a few.
slower now.
He still got a few.
Yeah, it's growing slower.
Because what I try to do is educate
Mhm.
on how you don't have to do everything. But us as small business owners, and I'm pretty sure you
Wore a
experienced
lot
this
of
for
hats,
yourself,
man. Yeah.
we had to, I got to do this and I got to be this. Well, when you first start out and you realize that, but it's because we don't want to share, especially in our community, we don't want to share what we have.
The
You know what I
pie,
mean?
yeah.
People that I get that say, I got this unique idea, but I don't want to tell you about it.
Most people don't understand who aren't in the business world that 20% is a pretty big piece of something. Like that's a
Right.
solid return. And they also don't understand you can have 30% and still have controlling interest where you're the one dictating if something goes here or there.
Shark Tank,
Yeah.
best example.
Right.
I tell everybody, best example possible. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, do you know, and I'm going to give you guys some facts right now, and this is real. All you people trying to get on Shark Tank, you might want to think about this. The minute that, when they go through the rehearsal trials, they sign a contract that says CBS will take 8% of your business off the muscle.
Brilliant.
That's why the Sharks only negotiate up to 50% or 30%.
I wonder
Because
why
they
were
know
doing that. Yeah.
that CBS is going to take 8% because of the marketing that they're giving you behind your business. Whether you get a deal or not, they're taking 8% of your business.
Right, right.
Because
It's a platform.
the marketing that you're getting from being on their show is automatically going to increase your revenue,
Yeah.
right?
Interesting.
So I tell people, listen, you can't tell me that you want to run a business and you're sitting behind the desk trying to build your website.
No, it's not gonna work.
You're sitting behind the desk trying to create your product and you're in the kitchen mixing up the products.
No.
The whole time you're doing it, who the hell is selling your business?
Right.
So when I created Push, our motto, and I stick to it to this day, is based off where our thing is based off James 2:26, that faith without works is dead. So our thing is say while you're praying and
Man.
you're hoping that this works, pay us to do the job.
Yeah.
Because we become your back office. We become I don't care. If you want to be the face of your company, get out there.
Mm-hmm.
In my own brand, I'm not even the CEO. I hope y'all understand it. I'm the chairperson. Why?
Yeah.
That's the most powerful person in any company.
Most people don't know
And he
that.
still gets to go work with other businesses and sign on to other companies and
Mhm.
get a check from all the way around and still run his own.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we so hooked on CEO, CFO. No. They created those labels to help you understand, but all those entities could be fired. The chairperson is the only one that cannot be fired.
Precisely right. Steve Jobs learned that the hard way,
Exactly.
didn't he?
Yep.
That's probably the number one example, isn't it? Steve Jobs and Apple. He
Exactly.
built the company. Chairperson said, "Nah, we need somewhere else. Going somewhere else."
Yeah.
But that's the most valuable lesson he can learn, though. And he came
Exactly.
back and did it different. Whenever people want to do all of that, you know what I equate it to? I'm a visual person. That's why I went to school for creativity.
Yeah.
I equate it to trying to grab a handful of the ocean. Don't do that. What you need to do is scoop it, and in doing so,
You're going to get a little piece of water.
yeah, and you can hold on to it. And if someone's looking from afar, they don't know if you're giving it or getting it.
Right.
And that's how it's to be in the exchange.
But we don't get a lot that do that.
But they just don't understand it. This is why this program is so important. You know, a lot of things are on social media. We're getting most of our information from there.
Right.
I saw a recent poll that says most of the, not millennials, but the one after that generation, they get most of their news from here. They don't even watch the news, like actual news.
I'm guilty.
No,
Let
me
me raise
neither.
my hand right now.
Man, I don't-
TikTok has been my news provider for the last 8 months
Right.
because I get more facts from there than when I turn on the TV and hear what they got.
That's why I appreciate so much the opportunity to be on this show. I don't take it for granted at all. Is because I'm learning probably more than I'm giving, and I don't even have a problem doing that. And I'm selfish, you know what I mean? So this is the highlight of my day being on here, man. I'm telling you.
So, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm going to have you back so we can do a longer show. Normally I do
Perfect.
an hour because I want to talk more, get in more depth of your struggles to get to where you are. But for right now, I just wanted to get this little piece while I had you in the room.
Appreciate it, bro.
And I appreciate
my
you
pleasure.
coming
I got
on,
one
man.
last thing
Go
I want to
ahead.
say is wherever you are, whatever you're thinking about doing, there's someone that's already done it. So don't feel like you can't do it. Just realize every day that we're too blessed to be stressed.
Right.
And once you
Amen.
have that, and you have health is wealth. And there's somebody probably in your family that as soon as they hear your dream, it may spark something in them, and they've been holding this money for something that sounds that good. So don't feel shy about sharing your dream and passion. But no matter what, you have health, you have a positive lifestyle mindset, you can do whatever.
Right.
You know
So,
what I mean?
and guys, y'all know me, Real Talk with Jayson Dixon. I'm all about building. I'm all about hearing your dreams and wanting to help you get through it. Something you said that really is really a great statement. At the end of the day, yes, we are blessed, but with those blessings come giving other blessings. And if you're not giving it back, there used to be a movie called Pay It Forward. I believe in that. I believe in that motto. It was a great motto. That kid, it was a true story. He actually did and paid everything forward, which brought one person to connect another. When you said the fact of that somebody else already did it, I teach people that we may have an idea, but your idea, there's nothing new under the sun. A wheel is a wheel. It's round. It don't matter what you do to it. The person who created the first wheel, he just said, I wanted something to roll.
Yeah.
All other companies did was add to it, whether they made it more effective, more streamlined. It does not matter. They still started with the blueprint. So look at what you want to do, find that blueprint, and build your uniqueness around that blueprint. Quit trying to chase a shallow dream. You guys have a great day.
Yes, stay blessed, y'all.
Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk with Jayson Dixon featuring Larry Former. And if you're in Las Vegas, don't forget to stop by NWC. That's Nevada Wellness Center, 3200 South Valley View. It's the only 100% black-owned dispensary in Nevada. And I am DJ King Cobra. I move slick, strike quick, hit you once, and it's over. DJ, that's digital journalist, because I don't jock nothing. You heard me? NWCLV.FM. Off top we hot.